what it has accomplished since the birth of this nation, we too wonder what comes next. The confluence of factors seems to indicate that this time in history is different from other times when crises in higher education loomed large, such as post-World War II and the 1960s. However, we engage with our work and this text full of optimism and excitement because the opportunities for creative change are endless. Furthermore, we are confident that universities are full of smart, imaginative, inventive, and resourceful people who have the ability to think outside the box to address the myriad challenging issues. We hope listeners enter this text with the same mindset and view Chapter 1 as an opportunity to gain a full understanding of the challenges in order to think about possibilities as they listen to the rest of the chapters. In other words, do not despair that the situation is hopeless. It is not. There is the proverbial light at the end of the tunnel, and it is not an oncoming train. Keep listening, as many great minds are already at work exploring various creative ways to address the challenges we all face. Higher education must reimagine its role in order to address the changing nature of the world and of work. Not every institution will make the same decisions, nor should they, given that one of the strengths of American higher education has always been its capacity to serve an ever-changing diverse set of needs and learners. For example, minority-serving institutions, women's colleges, technical schools, community colleges, to achieve a variety of individual, local, and societal goals. Because these interests and needs continue to evolve along with the nation's and the world's needs, some of us must realign our visions and missions. We see this new imperative as one that demands that we actively take control of our own destiny and navigate the complexity, or others will potentially do it for us. We do not want to experience the same fate as Kodak or the railroad industry. They both viewed their work too narrowly and relied on their past success when the world around them was changing. Kodak viewed themselves as being in the film business as opposed to the storytelling business and missed the boat on digital imaging, and the railroads viewed themselves as being in the railroad business rather than the transportation business, ignoring the changing needs of travelers. Higher education must view itself as being in the learning business across the lifespan of learners who have different needs at different points in time. In doing so, we will ensure our relevance in providing both a public and private good that contributes to our collective social, cultural, and economic well-being. Chapter 1. Exploring Challenges and Opportunities, Setting the Context for Change. In this chapter, we describe the confluence of three major factors that have led American higher education to where we are today and that impact our future. These factors are growing public concern around return on investment, persistence and graduation rates, lack of access, college readiness, perceived skills gap, misalignment with workforce needs and public interest, political and social context, fierce competition and confusion in the marketplace, radically changing employment landscape, including accelerating pace of change, automation, globalization, changing nature of organizations, the rise of the gig economy, increasingly diverse workplaces, employer view of the future, expanding learner base and changing learner needs that involve traditional learners, post-traditional learners. Introduction. We begin this book by establishing the need for change in higher education because without a clear understanding of the problem and the desired end goal or state, it is hard to strategize about pathways to get us there. We are attempting to present a coherent and logical argument based on data, and we believe our colleagues in various roles